Hey, Craig.
You ain't sweet. Very logic.
Hey, Brittany. I made you co-host. Thank you for doing that. I had everything ready so we can start on time. So you know how that is.
No, you good. It's your show. You good. Take your time.
Okie
You hear
dokie.
me get ready. Let some other people log on.
All right, and then let me go ahead and
You're
go
able to
live.
go live in the group if you're able to.
Okay, let me do that. Um,
Y'all can let people know we are on Zoom and we're gonna be live in the Start Grow Fund group. Y'all invite your friends, invite your business besties to the Start Grow Fund group, and then they can get the Zoom link.
yes. So whenever you go live in a group, you usually do it from your phone, or you do on your laptop to the same device you're on the Zoom? Because I don't see the go live button.
I do it on the from my laptop. So are you in the group?
Yep, I'm in the group, and then I'm
Okay, so you're gonna go like you're gonna make a post. So when you go like
okay.
you're gonna say something, make a post. And then
Okay.
when you look down where it gives you the option to like add a picture or something like that, it should be the
Oh,
option to
I
go
see it.
live.
Yep. Look, you done taught me something, girl.
Uh-huh.
All right,
And
and
then once you get ready, when you hit the go live button, it ain't gonna automatically go live. It's gonna take you to another screen on your laptop. And it's gonna ask you about the broadcast. Share your screen. It's gonna let you put the title on there.
okay.
Tag other groups if you want to. You can tag other groups.
Okay. Cool. Yeah.
Yeah. Once we set all that up, then go live. And I can let you know when I can see you live in the group.
Okay. Awesome. Okay. It says it's sharing now. So are you able to see it?
Who said it's sharing your screen
That's what it's supposed to be doing.
for Facebook?
Yep. He said I was going.
Once you go live and it says it's sharing, you can just go to the Zoom. Man.
Okay. Okay.
I don't see you live in the group yet, but it may be a delay.
Okay. Well, I'll just do this. Okay, I'm about to do one more thing on here and then we're gonna get started. And thank you guys for your patience. 'Cause I know it's late. People be ready to go to bed.
Mhm.
Okay, and now it should be going live in the Facebook because it shows it on my end that it is. So let me make sure you guys can see it. Let me share my screen.
Uh,
I got too many tabs open. Oh, there we go. All right, now can y'all see my screen?
Yeah, we can see your screen.
Yay. Okay. All
Trying
right.
to see if live in this group. I don't know why I don't see it.
Okay, because it told me it was. Because at first it was showing me at the top, it was showing like Facebook. See, it says, let's see. If I click on, let's see, trying the screen share. If you're experiencing an issue, try sharing your entire screen instead. So let's see. Must be doing something wrong. Let's see.
Let's see if you're live. So you see right there in the blue where it says go live? You had already did that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now it's saying go live. But see, now it got you on the webcam. It should be showing you, it should be saying share screen. See where it says select video source?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, end it real quick. End it right there.
Okay, so
I'm
let's
like,
go
go in
back.
there again.
Return to home. Go live.
Um, As long as you got the Zoom screen up. So why is it saying we don't want to stream? Click on webcam. I don't know why it's saying stream, and it should say share screen. Okay.
Because I
Okay,
had
there,
clicked
there.
on that the
Start
first time.
screen share. There you go. There you.
Okay, now
Okay.
does it
So
show it?
show it through Canva. Okay, and not necessarily through Zoom. Okay. Now go back to the Facebook tab real quick. If you
Okay.
can go live, because you're not live yet. You just told us what screen. Just hit the X on that. Now, okay, yeah, because it's showing your screen now.
Okay.
What did you just? Oh, okay, set up time.
Okay, now I'll go live.
Yeah. Hey. Okay, then once this is go live, just switch back over here.
Okay.
Start. Okay. Now we should be able to see it. All right, now you should be able to go back to your Canvas screen.
Okay.
I'm gonna mute out. I was supposed to be back.
Okay, let's see. So now y'all can see Canva.
Yes, we can see your screen.
Yes. Okay, awesome. Awesome. All right, let's get started. Okay. Oh, we got to make sure we record though. Um,
And you are live in the group. So let me see. I don't see your screen just yet, but it's a little delay.
okay, you can go lay down. You're fine. Good night. Love you. I'll be up there in a few minutes. Once I get done. Okay. Okay, I'm sorry, Natasha. What were you saying?
I'm just waiting to see your screen
Oh, in the group to see if it'll
on
show.
on the live.
Okay.
To be on webcam because I know you should because I can just see I just see you.
Oh, yeah, it's not showing. Yeah.
Yeah. Click back over to Facebook. The
Okay.
Facebook.
Hmm. Close that. Admit. Close Facebook.
And it
Okay.
says now scroll down. Let me see. But it says that it's sharing your chat. Because it says it, but it's sharing through the web. So I mean, it should be sharing your whole screen. I don't
Oh,
even
see right
see.
here, it's showing right here. It says live Canva on
Yeah,
the
that's crazy. Okay.
other one. Let's see. That was old.
Is anybody live in the Start Growth Fund?
But I see what you're saying. I don't see the actual like
Yeah,
this.
like I see your face, look in there and everything. Oh no, see this one say was live, so maybe this is the
Yeah,
old
that's
one.
the old one. Let me delete that one. Okay, I just deleted that one. But I don't see the live though, even though it says it's showing it. But
Maybe it's such a because I don't see it on my end. I just see the old one. But man, you
share
just
the link to
deleted.
your live video with moderators. Hmm. I don't know. But it says, I mean, right here it's showing. This.
Okay, no worries. Go ahead. Let's move it on.
Okay.
Yep, let's see. Because
Let's
I
get.
once you started, I can go live for mine. So
Oh, okay. I got you. Okay. Well, I will go ahead and get started. So let me go back to Canva. All right, you guys can see, okay, you guys can see my screen. All right. All right. Well, we're going to go ahead and get started. I am so glad you guys are here for night school, looking for ways that you can thrive as we prepare to go into 2025. So I am Brittany Boss Up. That is my new branding name, Netasha. I had to change my last name, so I'm going to Boss Up for business. But that is my new name. And so that is what we are going to be focusing on: overcoming setbacks and thriving. Thriving stands for transformational healing, reconstructed internally, victoriously, eternally. And what that means is that healing is a process. It's not something that happens overnight, but it is a process, it's a journey. But you have to be willing to do the work internally. I am an author, a podcaster, I am a therapist, a licensed therapist, and a wealth and wellness coach. And so, one thing that I'm doing as I'm preparing for 2025 is helping entrepreneurs to add an additional stream of income to their business that they're already doing, but they can literally add this on as a way to make money. So if you guys are with me, I want y'all to put a dollar sign in the chat. Put as many dollar signs as you like, because we're all trying to get to the money, right? And so we know that if you've been in business long enough, that you cannot get to the money by yourself. You know, you have to collaborate, you have to partner, but it's the right partnerships that matter the most. And so many times in life, with trial and error, as we know, Netasha has been in business. She has so many years of experience, and so many of you guys have experience as well. But we all know getting in connection or partnering up with the wrong person can cost you lots and lots of money. And so that's why it's important for us to make sure that we are doing what we need to do to be successful, and we do it with the right person. So here's a quote by Michelle Obama. She says, "We need to do a better job of putting ourselves higher on our own to-do list." And this resonates so much for so many, because as a therapist, this is something that I see a lot of people of all ethnicities, it doesn't matter if you're a male or a woman, come saying that they are burnt out, they are people pleasers, doing too much for everybody but themselves. So if you feel at some point this year you have given to others before yourself, I want you to put a 1 in the chat. If you feel like you got this together, you take care of you before anybody else, I want you to put a 2 in the chat. So 1 is if you know that you put everybody else before you. And 2 is if you don't care what nobody say, you're not moving until you take care of you first. Yes, yes, Maisha. You, along with so many other people, have been that person, putting everybody else before yourself, especially if you have children. I feel like it's so hard for us not to do that, but we have to be intentional. So one thing I want you guys to put in the chat is something that you have, something that's been placed on your heart that you want to do more of in 2025. So, for example, do you want to make sure you get more massages, get pedicures, or are you going to be intentional about, okay, I'm going to take 1 day out of the month to treat myself, spend time with myself, turn my phone off? What is something that, even if you haven't thought about it, you would love to do for 2025 that shows that you are prioritizing yourself? Oh, that's good. Focus on self-love, Jasmine. Maisha, self-development. Love it, love it, love it. And so the key is that if we know what we want to focus on, us being intentional and doing it now is definitely going to help us to make sure we actually do what we need to do. Because I can't tell you how many times people, they say they don't understand why they're still in the same place they were 3 years, 5 years ago. And it's simply because they got up and they did the same repetitive routine over and over and over. And so what that looks like is literally you get up, you go to work, take care of the kids, you feed everybody, put everybody in bathe everybody, put everybody in the bed, and boom, you lay down because you're exhausted and you just do it again. And then you're wondering, okay, why is nothing changing? That's because we didn't take the time to be intentional to do something else for ourselves, whether that was, making sure that, okay, once we put everybody to bed, let me work on my business for 30 minutes or just doing something, being intentional. And 30 minutes might not seem like a lot, but it adds up if you keep doing it. So I want you guys to think about the entrepreneur challenge. Are you thriving or are you just surviving? So what that means is, so I want you guys to put a 1 in the chat if you are thriving, meaning that you're on top of it, you got plans for 2025, you've got your business in alignment. Right now, you just need to rinse and repeat. Just rinse and repeat. Or put a 2 in the chat if you are just surviving, meaning your head is above water and literally you are drowning. You are trying to keep up, but it's hard because this is the time of the year where so many people are dealing with seasonal depression, anxiety, all kind of things are going on. People don't know where they're going to get money to pay for their next bills. Just so much is going on right now. And so if you were to really look at yourself, where are you at? Are you thriving or are you just surviving? Where are you at in the lineup? So 1 is if you're thriving, a 2 is if you are just surviving. Okay. I love the honesty. And that's where so many people are, Jalissa. I'm not sure if I said your name right. Jalicia. I love that name. But yes, so many people are literally just surviving. Yes, Jasmine. We're just trying to make it. We are trying to make it. And so the reality of it is this is your tribe. This is your circle for us all to be able to help each other, lean on each other, and push each other through because, as we know, you're either going through something, getting ready to go through something, or you're coming out of something. And it's just so much better when you have a group of friends or people who can support you, especially those who are in business because they understand what you've been through. So a lot of times when you're overwhelmed, it looks like this. There's so many different responsibilities, there's so much going on. We're trying to balance this, we're trying to balance that. Somebody always needs something. If you have kids, they always bring in field trip papers. Somebody need money for this. It's always something going on, especially if you have multiple kids. And so trying to balance that and your mental health can be overwhelming at times, but we have to make sure that we prioritize ourselves and make sure that we do what we need to do for ourselves in order to be the best version, because your mental health is not good, nothing is good. And so, like this picture, we've all been there. This is how you get to burnout because we're doing everything. But like, yeah, sure, I'll do it. I got it. Da 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 da. All this stuff. But reality of it is when it comes time to show up, we're like, we've put too much on our plate. And so now it's like, okay, what do I do next? What can I remove? And so studies show that 72% of entrepreneurs, they are burnt out. Okay. They're dealing with mental health issues, they're burnt out. It's just to a point where they're like, look, I am drowning. I don't even want to get out of bed. But they know they have to because a lot of times people have built their business to where it can't even survive without them because they are the sole CEO. They're doing everything. And as we know, that is just not the way to run a business at all. So the consequences of not prioritizing yourself, it leads to so many mental health issues. Anxiety, stress, depression, those are the top 3 that I see the most. Lately, I've been seeing a lot of bipolar and things like that, but the top issues are going to be anxiety, stress, and depression. And so if you know or you feel like you're a little off, make sure you definitely go get some help. Seek a therapist, a life coach, somebody that can help you along the ways, because entrepreneurship, it is hard, okay? But there's a path to thriving. So there's 3 pillars for transformation. So it's about building your wealth, making sure that you are prioritizing your mental, physical, and spiritual. And then having a solution for setbacks, because as we know, we're all going to encounter setbacks. Setbacks come any angle. There's always something that happens. One thing me and my friends talk about a lot is how you can literally get up, your day seem like it's great. And then next thing you know, boom, something happens and you're like, man, that's crazy. Like you're like in a whirlwind. We've all been there. We all have challenges. We all have struggles. We all have things that we're going through. But the key is, what are we learning as we're going through those struggles and those challenges? And how are we going to move forward and be the best version of ourselves that we can possibly be? So once you have worked on yourself, you've built your community up, and you are thriving, okay, then it is time for you to do a self-care retreat. So this is something that is offered to a lot of entrepreneurs, a lot of businesses. They love to do it. It's something that a lot of corporations are starting to do as well. But really, for my entrepreneurs, it's about you being able to add an additional value to your community that you already have, to your business. And it allows you to be able to really connect with people on a different level. So I would love for you guys to type in the chat retreat, okay? If you've ever thought about hosting a retreat, having your own retreat as part of your community, if you feel like a retreat is something that you're interested in, or if you just want to go on a retreat, you like, look, I just want to have me a good time. I just want to go on a retreat with other like-minded people. That is what I want to do. Yes, okay. Okay, I'm tired. Yes, yes. And I mean, and what I do for my retreats is I focus on getting you out of your environment. So my very first one I did, it was in St. Thomas, and it was amazing. It was phenomenal. And just being able to see the transformation, that's how I knew I was walking in my purpose. Like being able to see literally this lady, she came in, she was like, I ain't gonna talk to nobody. I'm just here because I paid my money. Leave me alone. And when I tell you, this lady, you can literally see the darkness lift off of her. People were crying, just the connection. Like these women, they're friends to this day. There's people who are eating different. They're eating, vegetables and more fruit and vegan. It's just life changing. And so really to have a community like that is phenomenal, especially within our community of African Americans, being able to show people like, no, we can come together. It's not like what you see on TV. We can come together. We can have us a good time. We can support each other and just see each other be the best version of themselves. It's no competition here. So what does that look like for you? How can this work for you? Okay. So one thing about myself is I always give it from a holistic approach. I am licensed. And one thing I do is I'll take, like, if you want to do it for your organization, we meet, we take what it is that you want your people to leave with. And so I designed that retreat just for you. And so basically, it's your people, it's your network. I'm coming in, I'm working with you to do this retreat, make it phenomenal from the time they get there to the time they leave. And it's a great way to keep your clients because they will hold on to these experiences. Because now people are tired of just paying for courses. People want experiences. People want something that they will be like, it's life changing and it's priceless. And that's why I say thriving is about transformational healing, that it's the internal work, but it's something that you cannot put a price on, especially if you're with the right people, ready to go to the next level. Okay. So the retreats can be many things. They can be virtual, they can be in person, they can be customized just for you with workshops, wellness sessions. I do trauma yoga, lots of different things, but you get to pick and choose like what services you want based on your community's needs. And this is something that is definitely long-term. So networking, energy, just helping people to really release. But most important is tying it to what you do. So for example, for tax community, being able to offer a retreat for like those who are within working with our tax business and things of that nature, being able to offer a retreat because as we know, you work hard to get your clients and they come back to you once they come because they see how great everyone takes good care of their clientele. But you also need to have that mental break for yourself to recharge because that's hard. When you're working hard, you're doing everything, you deserve that. You deserve to treat yourself after you have done these people taxes and did all kind of stuff, the list goes on and on. I was talking to someone today that was like, look, I ain't even filed, 1 year. And, I'm just like, okay, Okay. We're gonna get this fixed. We're gonna make sure you're good. But it's just making sure we're always trying to solve other people's problems, be that problem solver. And so we need to make sure that we take a day or two or three or a week just to have that time for ourselves where we're not having to figure out any problems, we're not having to figure out anything. We are focused on ourselves, we're doing what we need, and then we come back and we have so much more energy. We can take on the world. So there's 3 ways for you to make money. I want y'all to put in the chat 3, the number 3. There are 3 ways for you to make money. Drum roll. All right. So you can make money by you can book me to host your retreat. So what that means is you and I, we would meet together. We would go over what it is that you want, what your vision is that you want for your community of people. Or you might say, I'm new to this. I've never done it, but I do want to do it. Well, everybody has to start from ground zero. So whatever that looks like, if this is something that you want to do, add on to your business, regardless of what business you have, this works for your community. So we will work together to book your retreat. That's one way. And then option 2 is you would purchase the course. So you might say, I'm a person who likes to do it by myself. If you give me the steps, I can do it on my own. Okay. Well, in that case, you would purchase this course. It's called the Retreat Blueprint. And you can design, it helps you design it, deliver it, and make your money. And so this is what some people do because they say, hey, I kind of know what I'm doing. I really just need the steps. Only thing is you don't get me. But you do get to do it on your own and you have the steps and the ability to do it if you actually are good with executing, getting things done. Then the third section, the third option, which I really, really love, and some of this actually goes together. Some people are choosing to do like option 1 and option 3, but you can be on my podcast. So my podcast is titled Unapologetically Divorced. So I was nominated to be on TV. So now I'm on Apple TV and I'm on Spotify, all types of platforms. And so what that looks like for you is you would pay your deposit and that holds your slot for you to come on. You can do an interview with me. You can talk about your business, what it is that you do. So you can get more exposure for your business. And then it also covers a commercial slot. So this runs for 6 months. So the commercial slot means that you would record your commercial, we'll go over everything that's needed. But you will record your commercial and everything that you want to help post or talk about in your business, it's going to keep playing and keep playing. So then once the 6 months ends, then you would just reach back out to me and say, hey, I want to do it again, or whatever that looks like for you. But exposure is the key. Exposure is the key. So basically, you could book your session, you have your commercial that's running, and it covers your ability to, come on, we'll talk 20, 30 minutes. You can advertise your business, whatever it is that you want to do. And then you're just getting that exposure, which is super, super important. So I want you guys to put a fire sign in the chat, emoji in the chat, if you feel that any of these options are super, super amazing. And I know we have some people who just joined us, so we will go over those options again. So just to recap, number 1, you can book me to host your retreat. And that's something that this is an added service onto your business that you already have. So within your community, we would meet, we would go over what does that look like? What is your vision for your retreat? What is it that you really, really want? But then I get to add, the mental health perspective and just different holistic measures to just make it fun, relaxing, and allowing them to really embrace self-care. But they're learning and they're walking away with things that are specific to your business. And number 2 is you can purchase the course. Do it on your own. It'll tell you step by step how to start your own retreat from beginning to end. And that one is one that's great, but of course you don't get to have me to walk along and help you. And number 3 is also you getting to be on my podcast, Unapologetically Divorced. And it's also on TV. So your commercial slot is just going to replay for 6 months. And also I get to interview you and you can talk about your business and anything that you want and also make an offer for your guests. But those are the three options. So you might be wondering, how much does this cost? I want y'all to put the dollar sign in the chat. Drum roll. Well, actually, I want to see, how much do y'all think? Let me take some guesses. How much do y'all think this would cost? Okay, each one is a separate price, but how much do y'all think it would cost? Y'all throw me some numbers in the chat. Okay, okay. I'll take that. Hey, I was on the stage with some people who had some big money, so I'm like, shoot, I'm definitely gonna be going up on my prices. Yes. All right. So because you guys are a part of Start Grow Fund, and because I love Netasha so, so much, like she is amazing. Amazing. Because of you guys that are here for tonight, it's $99 each. So for each thing that you choose, it's $99. So for example, to book your retreat, for me to work with you and book the retreat, that's just $99 that goes towards like anything you would have to pay for the retreat as we're getting everything set up. But that covers like the consultation, everything was going over, mapping out, doing the planning for your vision of the retreat. The $99, that would just be if you choose option 2. That's literally, oh, let me go back to it because I know that's what they were asking me in another meeting. So $99 if you want me to host your retreat, that is your consultation to go over everything. It also goes toward anything that we would have to pay for the retreat. But of course, when we meet, we'll go in depth about that. So that way you're not having to come out of your own pocket for it. Number 2, it just covers the course. So if you want to do it on your own, that would be $99 just to learn how to do it all on your own, step by step. And then for number 3, this one, I'm like, okay, that is a really, really good deal for the commercial. So you would pay $99, and that is literally to take care of your commercial slot for you and also to be a guest on my podcast. Okay, let's see who has their hand raised. All right, questions?
Okay, that's me. Yes, I have a question.
All right.
Okay, so let me just make sure that I understand. So for $99, first of all, if I wanted to host a retreat, so that means that you would help me like choose a location and I can get invite people to my retreat and I can, I guess, teach them or go over whatever it is in my business that I do
Yes.
and I want to offer to the people. Because you
Yes.
said you did yours in St. Lucia,
It was St. Thomas. So I did my first one in
St. Thomas.
St. Thomas. I'm getting ready to do the next one in Ghana.
So
Um,
what does that look like? So like when you did St. Thomas, did you have like maybe 5 girls went with you? You rented a place? Can you just give me like a brief overview so I make sure I understand what you mean by retreat?
Yes, great question. Great questions. So a great example would be like, for example, with let's take your like crew lounge, for example. Let's say you wanted to teach them a skill, celebrate them, but also teach them some things because you're like, okay, we're about to level up. We're about to take business to the next level. So I want to go over some leadership. Like you would tell me everything that you want their skill sets to be advanced in, and then we would go over it. So like for mines that I do, since I'm tailored around mental health and things of that nature and self-care, helping women to really focus on themselves, self-love. I had like different courses, different workshops. I had brought in guest speakers. We also had like a day of relaxation where like their fee, the amount that they paid, it covered their massages, it covered their food, different things. So when we meet, you get to tell me like, what is your vision? Like, what are the things that you really want your people to walk away with? So we were to do like something for the tax business. So for example, like, you know how you do your tax training? That would be, we could do a retreat to literally be like, okay, these are the things I want you to walk away with before we get into tax season. We want to solidify everything that we've been teaching virtually, but now let's meet up, go to a different place. You can pick whatever state you want us. If we want us to go to the Bahamas, wherever you want us to go. And we'll have us a good time. But also, these are the things that I want everybody to walk away with. And it'll be in that setting where now you don't have any distractions and they have to focus and they're going to remember everything that we teach and talk about because we've taken them out of their element, out of their zone, distraction free.
Got it.
Yeah.
Sounds great. I definitely want to do me a retreat. I've been trying to do retreats for years where I take a group of ladies somewhere and somewhere luxurious and we just kind of focus on mind, body, spirit, just
Yes.
relaxation. So definitely I'm interested.
Well, let's do it. Okay, let me see what's in the chat. Yes, this is nice and amazing. Yes. So, I love y'all's prices. That's what they told me in my other meeting earlier. They was like, you got to go up on those prices, but it's the end of the year, and people are really trying to figure out what they're gonna do next with their business. So, of course, you definitely want to take action on this while you can. But like I told everybody, each one is its own separate one. Most people have been going for the number one and the number three. So it's just up to you. You have time to think about it. This option for the
How
$99.
much did you charge your ladies for the retreat? Everything that was included. How much did you charge each lady?
Okay, so what I did was each person, let's see, it depends on how many days it was. So like one of them that I did was 3 days. That one was 1,500. But I teach you how to do like fast action too. So the ones that like sign up by a certain date, they were able to get like $500 off, like that. And so then that makes people like, oh yeah, let me hurry up and do that. And then they can bring their friends, and if they, bring
Got it.
somebody, then they can get a discount. So there's so many ways to get people like to hurry up and sign up. And people like to travel. They want to go somewhere. So but yeah, I try to keep it, but also when we talk and plan, it's about your community, because everybody's community is different as far as like the amount of money they have, or, because my thing is, if you're charging, if your community, if they're used to only paying, $30-$40 for your products, that's a huge jump for them. And so you might want to look into doing something a little closer or locally. And there are some clients that'll tell me they want to keep it at like the 250 mark, which of course is not going to be as exquisite, but it's still you can still do something nice depending on how many people you have. So, but great question. Great question. Anybody else have any questions? Everybody sleep? I know it's late. All right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and put, how do you get started? So all you have to do is you just text retreat to this number. And the first 3 people who text me, I do have a special gift for you. And so when you text me, you can put option 1, 2, or 3, or you can put all. It's up to you. But just let me know, and then we'll get started. And one thing, just to make sure I reiterate, so like if you do option 1 to where you want me to plan your retreat, for you, we do have to do it in 2025. So none of this, you just gonna pay and then we just wait like 2 or 3 years because you're scared. No, we're gonna go ahead and do it. The good thing is I get to walk hand in hand with you so we can get it done. So you get to pick the location, or if you want me to pick the location, it's up to you. But you get to tell me everything that you want, and then we make it happen. We make it work. All right, so make sure you
Fire.
screenshot this. What are you about to say?
I said that's fire, Brittany. Thank you so much. This is
You are
fire.
welcome. You are welcome. I am so grateful that you gave me this opportunity. So I truly, truly appreciate you.
Yes, and thank you so much for coming on to the Start Growth Fund platform, sharing what you have to offer. Just make sure that you go ahead and let everyone else know, what else you do as far as your counseling and other things for mental health, so that they'll be able to contact you. And thank you, everybody, for y'all participation. And next Monday, December 16th, we are going to be having VA startup success. So if you ever want to start your own virtual assistant business, if you ever wanted to be a virtual assistant, Courtney is going to be teaching that class. She is my assistant. She's my personal assistant now. She did start off as my virtual assistant. She's been my assistant going on 5 years now. So December 16th, Courtney will be doing that class, giving y'all a step-by-step guide to booking your first client and beyond for virtual assistant. Then that following week, right before Christmas on the 23rd, I am going to redo the class that I was supposed to do on December 2nd, but I was ill with the buying the real estate. So everybody get ready for that. Have a little pocket change available. Get ready. That's going to be an interactive course where you're going to be on your computers. We're going to be bidding, buying real estate. And that's going to be on December 23rd. And then on December 30th, we're going to have our intentional movement class. It's going to be our feel good class leading into that new year for everybody. That's going to be led by Miss Brown Sugar herself, Rashonda Clark. And that's going to be on December 30th, intentional movement. Okay. Does anybody have any questions for Brittany? Questions on Tree? Let me know how you guys feel about night school so far. We're about 2 months in. I think we're on our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is our 5th class here at night school, or 6th class. Are y'all loving it? I'm loving all the information that I'm learning from all the different industries. And I am so excited for all the skills that I'm seeing this wonderful team that we have also has. But does anybody have any questions for Brittany about the retreat, hosting a retreat, anything that she mentioned before we wrap it up? Or just want to let her know what a great job she did?
Oh, you guys are so welcome. Thank you guys. Yeah, I'm really loving this night school one, especially it's a great time once we done put the kids semi to bed. So yes, it's amazing.
Absolutely. And all the classes are recorded in a group, you guys. So y'all have a blessed night. Thank y'all so much for attending. If y'all don't have any more questions or comments, we'll let y'all go. We will put the recording in the group.